right now, 7:43 on the East Coast. We continue to follow that breaking news at Brown University, where at least 2 people are dead following that shooting. Much of the campus still remaining in lockdown at this time. The breaking news that we bring you time and time again, police say there is not a suspect in custody. President Trump also correcting an incorrect Truth Social post that he put out saying that there was one. He was just following Brown University's original reports. The active shooter incident first reported near the engineering building. Finals were underway there. And obviously, this is a developing situation with a massive law enforcement presence. We have our NewsNation correspondent on the ground. He's given us some color as well, saying that there are helicopters that are flying above. Providence police going and moving out of the area at Brown University very, very quickly. Obviously, we don't know what that's about. We'll hope to get more from Marcus Espinoza in the coming moments. For now, let's welcome in our next guest, former FBI agent Phil Andrew. Phil, thank you very much for your time, for joining us, for your expertise that obviously you're going to be bringing us here in a moment. Let's talk a little bit about what police do and do not know. We heard from the press conference there that there were no threat indicators, no warning signs that something like this might happen. So what exactly can law enforcement be doing at a time like this where they don't know who the shooter is, they don't know exactly what might have led up to it, but they are trying to get a solution as quickly as possible?
Well, first, let me just say that our hearts go out to the Brown campus and all the children, the students, the families that are affected. This is a terrifying moment for all of them, and it'll live with them for a long time, and also those that have lost their lives, obviously. But it really is too early to say. I mean, they don't have a suspect. They don't have a suspect in custody, so they have no idea the motivations, and they don't know if there's any early indicators, because these early indicators usually reside on social media, some sort of threat made to someone within the community that doesn't make the connection with this yet. So it's too premature to say whether they have any indication of whether there was an early indicator.
Right.
If we use the national standard, what we see in every one of these mass attacks is there very likely is an early indicator that this person was in crisis, access to weapons after they ideated the violence, and that the intervention opportunities were simply just missed because of the conditions in our country that have made weapons so easily accessible to those in crisis.
We just got an update from Rhode Island Hospital. They're the ones that have been receiving patients. So this is breaking news. 8 patients still at that hospital, 6 said to be in critical but stable condition, 1 in critical, and then another in stable. So again, 8 victims in total. Phil, that makes me think of the victims out there. They're the ones that I just mentioned at the hospital. There are the countless others that were inside that building when the shooting took place. Then there are the others that were just living on campus, minding their own business, and now have to deal with the trauma of this mass casualty event. Phil, and I also bring this up because I understand that you're a survivor of a mass shooting that happened. Can you tell us a little bit about what you experienced, how you got through it, and maybe what you think these other students and professors and people at Brown University are going to be dealing with now and in the days to come?
Well, I'll tell you that, with my own experience, having been held hostage and shot in an attempt to disarm the hostage taker, who had just attacked elementary school classroom, shooting 6 second graders and killing 1. In this case, very similar, which I believe we will see in the coming days, that there was a long tail, a long list of intervention opportunities where somebody was in crisis and then accessed these weapons. The difficulty here is that this community and those that are affected have a long journey ahead of them in dealing with this trauma, even those that are just nearby. And I've seen this from every angle. I've been both the survivor of gun violence. I've worked as an FBI agent responding to and deploying violence to apprehend dangerous people. But also the parents here, those folks that are waiting to hear whether their loved one has been affected in this, that is one of the tragedies of our country, and one of the only countries in the world that experiences this because of our unwillingness to take on the real work that Congress and other places need to do to craft laws and policies that keep dangerous weapons from dangerous people.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.